Hey, what's up guys? So Oppo is finally going to launch its premium mid-ranger phone Oppo F17 Pro, and currently during the shoot I am not aware of the price as this video has been shot before the launch. I'll update the price and variants in the description below. You can check it over there. I think it will launch around 25,000, and if you are planning to buy Oppo F17 Pro, then you should definitely watch the full video as this may help you to make the right choice. In this video, we will do an in-depth review of Oppo F17 Pro. We'll test out its gaming and camera performance, mention its pros and cons, and will finally suggest you whether you should buy Oppo F17 Pro or not. We have already uploaded Oppo F17 Pro speed test with other smartphones. You can watch the videos by clicking on the card on the top right corner. So first, let's check out what's good about Oppo F17 Pro. This phone is running on Android 10 with latest ColorOS 7.2. And I'm happy to see that Oppo has finally got rid of Chinese bloatware apps. This phone can handle daily tasks easily, there's no lag or slowdown. And since it has a 4000 mAh battery, this phone can easily last for a day with normal usage on single charge. It also supports fast charging and comes with a 30-watt VOOC charger out of the box and can charge from 0 to 67% in just 30 minutes and 100% in just 73 minutes, so that's really quick. Social media apps like Snapchat and Instagram works flawlessly, the filters load quickly, there isn't any lag or anything, and I have tried the 16 megapixel selfie camera and the results are quite impressive. Same goes with Instagram. Instagram works without any issue, there's no frame drop or lag while scrolling through pages or while zooming in images. Design wise, the phone looks premium with dual punch hole display and textured matte finish back panel. I like the design of the quad camera setup. It reminds me of the upcoming iPhone 12 series which is going to launch next week. And it's quite slim as well at just 7.48mm thick, which makes it the slimmest phone of 2020 till now. My unit is in the magic blue color and mostly black and metallic white will also be available. At the bottom is the mic, Type-C USB port, headphone jack and speaker grill. The lock button is on the right side. You get the volume buttons and dual SIM card tray slot on the left side. There's a dedicated SD card slot which supports microSD card up to 256GB. At the back is a quad camera setup with dual LED flash. On the front are the dual punch hole selfie cameras and earpiece. Oppo F17 Pro is powered by MediaTek Helio P95 chipset with an octa-core processor and PowerVR GM9446 GPU. It comes with 8GB of RAM and 128GB storage. If there's an additional variant, I'll add the details in the description. Helio P95 is a really basic processor for gaming. It's not as powerful as Snapdragon 855 Plus or 765G, which is available in its competitors like Realme X3 or OnePlus Nord, which are available at the same price point. So why would anyone buy Oppo F17 Pro? Games like Asphalt 9 run on normal settings, the graphics look good, but there are some frame drops. Same goes with PUBG, even PUBG works on normal HD mode with high FPS only, whereas its competitors can run PUBG on Ultra FPS or Extreme FPS, and some also support HDR graphics, so that's a downer in the Oppo F17 Pro. But on HD graphics, the game runs smoothly and you can see there is no lag at all. The graphics look good, there is no stuttering or graphic loading issue of objects that are far away. But if you want a better gaming phone, I would suggest you to buy Realme X3 as it has a much powerful Snapdragon 855 Plus processor, and even a much cheaper Poco X2 has a better Snapdragon 730G processor which performs better. If you want to see my Oppo F17 Pro versus Poco X2 comparison video, you can watch it by clicking on the card on the top right corner. One thing I like about F17 Pro is that it doesn't heat up while gaming. Now talking about the camera, Oppo F17 Pro has a quad camera setup, a 48 megapixel f1.7 aperture camera with face detection autofocus, a 8 megapixel f2.2 aperture ultra wide angle camera, a 2 megapixel f2.4 aperture macro camera, and a 2 megapixel f2.4 aperture depth sensor. There are many features in the stock camera app like ultra wide angle mode, macro mode, portrait with depth intensity and portrait effects, night mode, pro mode, HDR, live filters, beauty mode and panorama. You can shoot 4K videos up to 30 FPS and 240 FPS slow motion videos. You also get ultra steady video mode and background defocus video. AR stickers are available for front and back cameras. At the front is a 16 megapixel wide angle camera and a 2 megapixel depth sensor and can shoot up to 1080p resolution videos. You also get portrait mode, night mode, live filters and beauty mode in the front camera as well. So let's check out some camera samples. Oppo F17 Pro has a decent camera setup. Daytime pictures look good, colors are saturated, there are loads of details in the photos, and the ultra wide angle mode is also useful for capturing some good shots. Portrait photos are nice, there's no edge detection issue whether it's a portrait of a human or an object. HDR in normal sunlight works fine, the details of the cloud and foreground are well maintained. Indoor shots in artificial lighting conditions look good, the lights doesn't get overexposed. The low light performance is decent. The night mode in the F17 Pro is a hit and miss sometimes, as in few shots the night mode can result in overexposed photos resulting in loss of details. Oppo phones have always been great for capturing selfies, and that's true over here as well. The photos are crisp, has details, but even when the beauty mode is off, there is some sort of smoothing going on which some users may not like. For security, it comes with in-display fingerprint scanner which is quite fast and secure, but not as fast as its competitors. It also has face unlock which is extremely fast, but security wise it's not that great. Oppo F17 Pro has a 6.43-inch Super AMOLED display with 1080 by 2400 resolution and 409 ppi density. Since it's an AMOLED display, the colors are saturated, the display is quite sharp and has an amazing contrast ratio. The viewing angle is also great by the way. So that was all about Oppo F17 Pro. No doubt it's a decent phone for its price, there's nothing great about it. But looking at the performance and features, I feel that this phone is overpriced, as at this price point its competitors like Realme X3 and OnePlus Nord have better specifications and camera setup. If you are not much into gaming, then you can buy F17 Pro, as it can handle your daily tasks like social media usage easily and has a good battery backup, as this phone can easily last for a day with normal usage. Please let me know in the comment section below what are your thoughts about Oppo F17 Pro. If you enjoyed the video, do hit the like button. Also don't forget to click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get updates on new video uploads. Also follow me on Instagram on techbuzz.insta page and techbuzz Facebook page. We will be back with another video soon. Till then, stay tuned.